My name is Erica Boxler. The title for our paper is The Relationship Between Smoking Tendencies and Anxiety Levels. Our group members are Haley Angel, Erica Boxler, Christian Guerrero, Brian Avalos, Alessandra Martinez, and our school is Chaffey College.
Hello, my name is Brian Avalos, and my part was the introduction. Smoking or tobacco use is a major health risk factor linked to heart disease, cancer, and oral health problems, as stated by Rashid et al. 2024. Researchers have shown that tobacco use, such as smoking, negatively affects both the physical and mental health aspects of the user's overall well-being. Traditional studies focused on the physical effects, such as disease, but newer studies explore the mental health side, particularly honing in on anxiety levels. The main idea of this project, looking beyond just health risks to see if smoking could actually cause or worsen anxiety levels to either elevate or decrease while the person is smoking. Anxiety disorders can seriously impact a person's daily life. They might underperform, avoid tasks, or struggle socially in the outside setting. Social anxiety disorder, SAD for short, for example, involves intense fear of being judged or embarrassed, as stated by Philo et al. 2010. People with anxiety may use smoking as a coping mechanism, as a way to avoid whatever they may be going through. It may feel calming at first, but it can actually worsen anxiety over time. It's a vicious, sad cycle because smoking may temporarily reduce stress, but withdrawals and the dependence on it can bring on anxiety at a much later time. Studies have found that veterans with PTSD are much more likely to smoke than those without PTSD, as stated by Beckham et al. And Cook et al. 2009. These individuals often struggle to quit and relapse more often than those that do not smoke, as stated by Fu et al. 2007. It suggests that people who already have trauma or mental health issues might be smoking as a self-medicating, but it can actually intensify symptoms like anxiety or depression at a much later time. Smoking may offer short-term relief, but over time it can increase anxiety and decrease life expectancy, as stated by Campion 2008. The conflicting part in that we may need to garner more information on is some researchers say that anxiety does not directly cause heavy smoking and vice versa, as stated by Ban et al. 2024. Smoking and anxiety often happen hand in hand with other conditions such as depression or chronic pain. There's evidence that quitting smoking improves the user's mental health, but other folks argue that it may temporarily increase stress. So the purpose of the study is to investigate the existence of a relationship between smoking and anxiety, and if smoking elevates the user's anxiety levels. The research looks at whether smoking elevates anxiety levels. The hypothesis is that smoking increases anxiety levels also increase. Smoking may not calm down anxiety. Instead, it may trigger or worsen for people that may not know how to deal with their anxiety levels elevating. So therefore, that is the introduction.
My name is Haley Angel, and I will be doing the methods section. Participant demographics. We had 64 total participants. For gender, we had 52 female, 11 men, and 1 non-binary. For ethnicity, we had 41 Hispanic, 8 Asian, 8 white, 4 black, and 1 Pacific Islander, 2 self-described. For ages 18 to 19, we had 16 participants. For ages 20 to 21, we had 16 participants. For ages 22 to 25, we had 16 participants, and for ages 26 and up, we had 16 participants. Recruitment of participants. Participants were all students of psychology during the fall semester at Chaffey College. For materials and procedure, we used a Likert scale from 1 to 5. 1 represented strongly disagree, and 5 represented strongly agree. For the anxiety level statements, we had reverse coded with also irrelevant. 2, access to online survey, approximately timed for 20 minutes, but no time limits were given. Location of survey was not applicable since survey was online. Debriefing and confirmation was shown after the study, and clear instructions and informed consent was taken before the demographics portion was answered.
Hi, my name is Christian Guerrero. I helped with the results section, and I am editing the PowerPoint and putting the video together. There was a slight significant relationship between smoking and anxiety feelings increasing. R being at 61 equals 0.596.ns, there was no effect size, R2 equals 0.355, or for a better mathematical stance, R2 equals 0.36, where 36% of the correlation where anxiety was elevated for those that do smoke versus those that do not, and thus reporting a slight feeling of anxiety levels elevating. The smoking and anxiety scale showcased a slight correlation between people who smoke and their anxiety levels rising, and this was done via the Cronbach's alpha, which was A equals 0.72.
Hello everyone, this is Alessandra, and I will be discussing the discussion portion of the presentation. So the importance of this study is to determine if the smoking can cause folks to have their anxiety levels rise, which can really affect them if they have been predisposed to those already dealing with some sort of stressful problems in their lives. A quote says, "In a recent systematic review of randomized clinical trial data and longitudinal observational studies of smoking cessation was associated with improvement in mental health symptoms, including depression and anxiety, compared to continued smoking." The data that was collected from users for the study that did partake in smoking showed a slight uptick in their anxiety levels being risen, in contrast to those that did not smoke, thus alluding that there was a correlation between smoking and anxiety levels rising due to their smoke intake. The limitations that were in this study were the sample size, the full honesty from participants in the survey, and as well as being younger participants. All right, and in this next slide, we have 6 figures. We have 6 different types of either scatter plots, the bar plots, or the histograms, and each one is different. So some of them have age, gender, ethnicity, the frequency, and how the anxiety levels are affected by the smoking. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. My name is Erica Boxler. This is our reference page. These are for our paper, lab work, and introduction, as well as for our hypothesis.